There they all are in place. Hey, it's pronounced VAG and I'm Adam. And in this video, I'm gonna be replacing the bulbs in the taillights, the brake, turn, and reverse light. So you're already seeing the LEDs that are in here from deAutoLED. I've already replaced them and they look pretty sweet. So stay tuned and tell me what you think I did right or wrong in measuring the output of these bulbs. I think you're going to be surprised at the outcome. All right, this is a test measuring the OEM taillights. We're seeing 0.15 foot candles at our max, 0.16. Let's test out the brake lights. All right, so with my super scientific test of the brake lights, I got 0.72 foot candles from the same 20 foot distance. So now let's test out the reverse lamps and see how bright they are at 20 feet. All right, and with the reverse light on, just kind of waving my wand around here right about 20 feet. Best I can get is 0.36, 0.37 foot candles. So that is with the OEM reverse lights. All right, so I'm here starting on the passenger side. I'm gonna start by finding this little tab here. I don't need any tools. I can just get my fingers right in here and pop this cover right off. This is for the light that's on the passenger gate side, hatch side. And I'm gonna just start with removing the reverse taillight. And this is the easiest possible thing to remove. All right, so here's a look at the OEM base for the reverse light on the Mark 7, and this is the halogen bulb. It's just gonna wiggle straight out. It almost looks like it's part of this whole base here, but it's just a wedge style. Here is the the deAutoLED LED. Let's see if we can focus on that. There's one side, gonna go flip, rotate. We've got 3 on the end, and 6 on each side for a total of 15 LEDs. All right, here we go. We're gonna slide this right back here in the socket. See if I can wedge that in there. It just like barely presses right in there, and we're gonna see how nice and bright that is. All right, so this hole right here is where the reverse light goes in. But I'm gonna leave it out while I take apart the rest of this tail light to replace these bulbs. First thing you have to do is pull out this little red tab here, just very gentle. This pick is really helpful so I don't end up breaking it. And then you have to depress a little tab on the back side here, and this harness just comes right out. We have to remove this entire white piece that's on the back side of the taillight, and there are 5 black clips holding this piece in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna try using my fingers here, since there's little areas that I can actually push on with my fingers. Don't think I actually need those. And you can maybe get a better feel for how these tabs are gonna work, and you can use your fingers to pry these off a little bit. Shoot. Well, something gave way. Hopefully I didn't break any tabs. Did I break anything? Woohoo! I didn't break anything. So now we've got this white piece out, and there is our light bulb that we need to replace. One really interesting thing is there's a socket here for a light bulb, and we have this housing here in the US. I think this is the area where the the rear fog light would go, but we don't have that. There's not the piece of metal that would go in there to even make it work. So let's replace this real quick. Just like our other, the reverse bulb, this is just another wedge style that just pops right out. So just a pretty normal halogen bulb. All right, so here's a comparison of these bulbs. You can see there is so many LEDs on this bulb here. There is 12 on the end here, and then there is 16 in each of these quadrants, making a total of 76 LEDs if I did my math right. I'm gonna put it back in the same spot where the other one came from. There we go. It pops in place. And then I'm going to insert this piece back in here. We got that side. Everybody looks nice and happy. I'm gonna slide this clip back in here, push a little safety in, and we're gonna get the reverse light inserted. Twist it in place. And then I'm just gonna pop this cover back on, same way it came off. All right, now we're going to the passenger outer taillight. And when I first started looking at all this, I was a little concerned that I was gonna have to take off this whole area, but there's this little area here that you just have to pop out. Oh, they make you detach a little part. A couple little parts. So if you've never done this for your taillights, it's kind of like breaking the seal. All right, sweet. So there's just 3 little spots that you kind of have to tear the fabric. Once you have this peeled back, there's this tension spring that you just have to undo just by unscrewing it. All right, so I've got this screw out of the back side here. And now I'm just gonna start gently wiggling to help pop this out of its place. There we go. Just kind of helps to press and pull straight out. And now you can see all the junk we got stuck back in here. I'm going to undo this little clip here. There we go. All right, so I just tugged and tugged and tugged on this bulb here. So if we're looking at the tail light, roll it over, or roll it to just looking at the top side here. There is right in this area here, on the right side and the left side, there are 2 little areas where you can see there's a kind of a hole right here that it sits in and a hole right here that it sits in. Those are the 2 spots that need to be unclipped. Otherwise, it will not pull straight out. You'll pull and pull, and this side over here will start to lift, but this side will be stuck because of these 2 clip points. So be careful, and you know, this is all plastic, so don't break it. All right, so the bulb here for this one is identical to the one that I showed you on the inner of the taillight. And so this is just gonna slide right back in. We'll pop it in place. And then install the taillight. Here we go. All right, so when you're installing this taillight again, I was having some troubles with the alignment along the bottom. I realized that I wasn't sitting properly on this piece down here. So what I did was I just slid it in gentle, and I just rested the taillight on the bumper until I found the right spot. And then I pressed in gently, and it is lining up perfectly. So now I can put in that retention, spring retention screw, and we'll get it right in. All right, quick note about the driver's side. For this carpet piece, I actually took my utility knife and cut those pieces. It made it a lot cleaner and opened up pretty easy. One thing that I want to note is that when you go to pull the taillight out, there's not as much wiring here, so you actually have to disconnect the wiring from here, and then you're able to pull out the taillight. Where they measure compared to the OEM. And I have this set to only record the max, and I'm kind of moving this around in a way that I'm just gonna try and get the best value that I can. And it looks like that they're measuring right about the same. All right, so taking a look at the max reading for the LED tails, 0.34 foot candles. All right, and now let's take a look at what the reverse lights bring us. Holy cow, these are pretty darn bright. All right, so here's our max reading for these LED tails right at about 20 feet. I'm sorry, the LED reverse lights at about 20 feet. I wish I would have taken a close-up shot of the reverse lights like this. To my eye, they're very white. They're not blue, but it is just a bright, bright white. All right, so let's review some of the measurements that I took. I've got the deAutoLEDs in here. They may look flashing to you on the camera, but to my eye, they are definitely not flashing. One thing that I really like about these is that because these LEDs are red, they put off a much redder light output rather than the white halogens that were in there. It was not orange, but it was not a deep red like these are. The OEMs I had at 0.16 foot candles. I measured the deAutoLEDs at exactly the same. So the output is not any greater for just the taillights being on, but I will say that the color is much better. You know, driving down the road, is somebody going to be able to tell? Probably not, but I know that they're redder and I like that look, so it was worth it to me. All right, so now I've got the brake lights on. You can tell by this guy up here. They're obviously brighter than the tails were, but one thing I was really surprised about, with the OEM, we had 0.72 foot candles, and with the deAutoLEDs, the best I could get was 0.34. What is that? About half of the foot candles. I don't know if that's just because the way that the halogens throw light outward versus the LED. It didn't seem any dimmer to me. They're definitely not dim right now, so it doesn't seem like a big deal to me. I like them because of how flippin' red they are. It's hard to tell. Yeah, that's maybe you can tell a little bit in. Now they just come across really bright in the camera. It's really hard to see. So the output for the brakes was not any better. Actually, it was worse, but I like the way it looks. Okay, now the one that I think is really making the biggest difference is this reverse light. It's definitely, you can tell it's an LED compared to the yellowish hue of the halogen bulb, but the OEM reverse light bulb was 0.36 foot candles, and the deAutoLED is 0.78, so a little more than twice as bright when measured at about 20 feet. You know, backing up into my garage in the darkness, it lit up the place. Okay, so my final thoughts about these lights. The brake and turns might not be worth it to you to get a little bit different color for about the same output. Or, you know, for the brake lights, not as much output. The color's there, you're gonna be able to see it. I really like the redder red on the tails. Maybe gives it a little bit more of an updated look. The ones that are totally worth it are definitely the reverse bulbs, and they are definitely the easiest thing out of all of this to do. So if you find that you are a little concerned about maybe those plastic clips on these other bulbs here, you know, that could be something maybe that you have somebody else do, or you just forego that part. But definitely get these reverse LED bulbs. They're totally worth the money. If you like what you see, maybe consider subscribing, give us a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Did I do this test right? You know, at 20 feet, was that the right thing to measure? Obviously, if I would have measured a lot closer, you know, the values would have been totally different, and maybe those brake lights would have been brighter. Maybe they just didn't reach as far as 20 feet. So, all right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.